Hello, spooky crew. Our tote bag drawing is officially closed, and we just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who entered. We are so grateful for the love and the support, and we have loved reading your reviews. Missed the tote? No worries. We're still sending out high-quality vinyl stickers while supplies last. Just email us proof of your rating and review along with your mailing address to thespookydarlings@gmail.com, and we'll get one headed your way. Quick promise, your address is only for mailing the sticker. No emails, no selling info, no funny business, just spooky gratitude. Thanks again for supporting the show. You are the reason we do this. Hi, and thank you for tuning in to the Spooky Darlings. When we recorded this particular episode a little less than a year ago, we were still going by the name Crazy Creepy Cool, but we have since rebranded and we are now officially the Spooky Darlings. Our email is thespookydarlings@gmail.com, and you can find us on Instagram at the Spooky Darlings Podcast, where you can find pictures that go with each episode. If you have not yet, please subscribe to our show. We appreciate a 5-star rating, and we appreciate any reviews. Now, on to the episode.
So, you're listening to Crazy Creepy Cool, where three sisters talk about anything that strikes their fancy that week. I'm Hayley.
I'm Nettie. Oh, shoot. You were going to go first this week.
I'm Emily.
Oh, I'm Hayley.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Nettie.
Should we dive into the topic today?
Yes.
Okay.
So I didn't remember what you chose, but I just accidentally peeked at your screen.
How dare you? So today's topic is Lobster Boy, Grady Stiles, who was in the carnival scene and not a great guy. So
wait, this is not food related, right?
No.
I did see, and I sent you guys a lobster croissant grilled cheese sandwich recipe on Instagram that really looked like a total gut bomb, but also looked like probably one of the best things we'll ever bite into if we ever do try that.
I'm hungry.
I would like to.
So I'll put our sources or where I got my research from in the show notes. So getting into it, Grady Stiles Jr., also known as Lobster Boy, was born in 1937. His father was known as Lobster Man, with hands with the deformity of ectrodactyly. And Grady, his son, was born with the same deformity. And it wasn't just his hands, it was his feet as well. So he wasn't able to walk, because he didn't have feet to walk on, but he had knees and then the feet were split. So what is ectrodactyly?
So he didn't have a lower leg.
No.
So straight from the thigh to the knee to a split that looked like a lobster claw?
Yes. So the definition is split hand or cleft hand, and from the ancient Greek word ektroma, meaning miscarriage finger. So it is the absence of one or more central digits, meaning you don't have your middle finger or your ring finger, and it is a split hand malformation. So when Grady was 7, his family pulled him from school to join the Sideshow Act. So now the act was Lobster Man and Lobster Boy.
Wait, okay, so his father had it already
in his hands.
And then who was his mother?
You know what? His mom's not really talked about. I think she was just
one of the
normal
carnival
woman.
People?
Usually it's a community thing, probably ticket gal. And there's a hierarchy in the carnival where ticket person is the lowliest job you can have in the carnival.
Yeah.
Working your way all the way up to being one of the sideshow acts.
So his father was Lobster Man, and then he was taken at what age to become Lobster Boy?
7.
From his non-existent mother.
Yeah, she would just.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just
really this is about Lobster Boy, and so I didn't even think about it. So I didn't even read about her.
I think the reason why I'm curious is: have either of you read Geek Love?
Yes.
Is this making you think of Geek Love? Where
it is making me think of Geek Love.
The parents purposely, she purposely took thalidomide or certain drugs to have several kids with deformities because they were in the circus.
Oh no!
So she was purposely trying to.
Oh, fish kids, fish babies who had were born with
It's a great book. It's a great book. You would love
Wow.
it.
Okay.
It is. It's wild.
It's wild.
Okay.
I recommended it to Dad, forgetting about a couple scenes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well.
He thought the beginning was
That
hilarious.
And then he read those.
And then he shut down and he never talked to me about it again.
All right. So,
Well, you know what? Dad can just remind himself about the time he told me to read that weird crime book from Japan. And I
Dad
was
told me
like,
to read it.
yeah, I was like, Dad, that was like a pretty graphic book. And he's like, oh, whoop, sorry, I forgot about that. So just let him wallow in his
That is who I get it
judgment.
from. I get it. I get the ability to forget. Okay, Geek
Okay.
Love. Pause. Back to Lobster Boy.
Back into the podcast. So Grady was 7, went on the road with his father as Lobster Man and Lobster Boy. And Lobster Boy would be his show name until he died. So in this circus slash sideshow community, it's a pretty big deal to be one of the people with a special talent. That's what they like referred to it as. Is like Grady had a special talent with his ectrodactyly. So Lobster Man and Lobster Boy were at the top of the social empire of the circus slash carnival social community. And it is said that early on, Grady was very charming. And a young lady named Mary Teresa Herzog joined the circus at the age of 18. She ran away from an abusive and incestuous stepfather. And she started as a ticket girl and worked her way up to performer as electrified girl, with electrical currents running through her body that were powerful but not dangerous. So high in voltage, low in amperage.
She was hooked up to electricity and electrocuted?
Yeah, they run electric currents through your body.
Okay.
So it was high in voltage but low in amperage. The amperage is the dangerous part. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't naturally coming out of her.
No. She could put a light bulb against her skin and it would light up, kind of like Uncle Fester from the Addams Family, but hooked up to gear to make her electrified.
Okay.
So in 1959, Grady took notice of Mary Teresa and pursued her while they were both working at a carnival called the World of Mirth. They fell in love, and Mary Teresa was happy for a while. In 1964, they moved to Gibsonton, Florida, or as the locals call it, Gibtown. And Gibtown is where carnival workers would go in the off season, and they would have their trailers and like park them and just like live there. And it was a community of just like these people who do the carnival circuit.
Got it.
Mary Teresa worked at a shrimp factory in the off season to bring in income because Grady was unable with his deformities. He did not have regular hands, regular legs.
No, he
could move himself on his like knees, and he had a wheelchair, but his upper body strength was like he had really good upper body strength because he would move himself around on his hands. He was really quick.
He could kind of crawl. This is so similar to the main character.
To Geek Love.
Yes,
it might be based off of Lobster Boy.
I wonder if it is.
Well, I'm looking it up now, and there's no connection apparently between Geek Love and the true Lobster Boy. I don't think they were at all based on each other. So, anyway, interesting.
So they're living in the trailer in the carnival community. Grady was an alcoholic who was abusive. He would beat her like only on her body so the bruises wouldn't show and like nobody would know because he had this like charming persona outside of his family. So
Lobster is going to sound so terrible, but like how, right? Like he didn't have a fist that he could make or like hold it.
He was strong.
Was he big too?
Like he was meaty. He's a meaty guy.
Boy, not man.
He is now a man.
Right. But this is not his father.
No, his father. Okay. His father isn't really included in this, other than he had the deformity that he passed down genetically to Grady Stiles, and so now this is about Grady Stiles, Grady Jr.
Can I look at the picture, or are you saving that as a big reveal?
And we'll post a picture to the Instagram. So Lobster Boy and Electrified Girl eventually married. By 1969, they had 2 children. Donna, their first child, did not have ectrodactyly, and Grady didn't really care for that. He kind of treated Donna as like less than. And then their second child, Kathy, did have the deformity, and Grady preferred Kathy to Donna. As soon as
This is so much like Geek Love. Like,
It
could she
is.
possibly have like just secretly made this book slightly
I
after
wonder if
that?
she just took his life and changed bits and pieces.
I'll have to read it.
You
So
should.
as soon as Kathy was old enough, Grady took her on the road to do sideshows as well. And this is one of his bits. I don't know if he did this with his daughter with being with him, but during some of the shows, he would have his hands and legs under a blanket and wait for the crowd of people to come in. And then he would throw the blanket off, raise his deformed hands, and wiggle his deformed feet and yell, "I am a child of incest. Here's what you get when you cross the line." And he loved scaring the hell out of people.
Well, was he? If we don't know about his mother, was he?
I don't think
Was
so.
it?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I read several articles, I read Wikipedia, I watched a show about it, and nothing was ever brought up about his parents being related.
Okay.
His father also had the deformity. So
Oh, right.
and a lot of performers, so this is a lot of performers with deformities also did that. So that was like a thing that carnival like shows did, was if they had a deformity, they would like scare viewers by being like, "I'm from incest." And so they said
was
that
like a big enough problem. Like if this was almost like a national campaign, maybe there was a big enough problem with incest in a lot of these places. They're like, we got to scare the incest out of these people.
Well, I also think that it was just like something to horrify people, where they're like, "Oh my gosh." And also they said, the performers said that they did it to help keep the young people from sowing their oats in the wrong places. And they loved seeing the horrified looks on viewers' faces. Grady had a taste for Seagram's 7 whiskey, and he would sometimes have as many as 12 double shots and then go home to his family and keep drinking. He was a mean drunk, and he was fast because of his upper body strength. A move of his was to clock you with one of his claws, which is said to have felt like a 2x4 hitting you on the side of the face, and then get on top of you and choke you.
Oh my gosh, with his claw?
With his claws, like, because it was like these.
So he wasn't a crustacean. He didn't
I'm
have
using
anything
the
hard on the outside
terminology
of his
that
claws.
I'm using the terminology that was used in everything that I read. They called them
I'm
claws.
just clarifying for Nettie. He doesn't have an exoskeleton.
No. He was a violent, abusive father who settled domestic problems with his claws. So Donna, his oldest, who was born without ectrodactyly, later said that she hated and despised him, saying that her father was the cruelest person you could imagine. Out in public, he would give a person in need $5 or $10, being kind, and once you got to know him, he would flip. Kathy, his favored daughter, said he would let his fingernails grow so he could scratch you as he would hit you and grab you around the throat and cut off your airflow.
Did he have 2 fingernails?
I don't know. So Mary Teresa said that
The picture, it didn't look
sometimes-
like there were fingernails. That's why I was curious.
It's just what his daughter said.
Yeah, no, I'm
Mary
not arguing. I
Teresa-
just am wondering what it.
Mary Teresa said that sometimes he would just cut her legs out from under her and beat the shit out of her just because he wanted to.
Oh,
In 1972,
that answers your question, Emily. How? Cut the legs out from under her.
And in 1972, Grady beat Mary Teresa so badly that she finally left him, took the kids, and went with her friend Harry Newman, who was a dwarf in the sideshow. He was also a welder and a construction worker. They went to Ohio with Harry's family and moved in with Harry's mom. And while Mary Teresa was away, Grady filed for divorce. Teresa was not aware of this, and so the court dates came and went, and the divorce went through, and Grady got full custody of the kids.
No, even the one he was mean to, Catherine?
Catherine's the one with ectrodactyly.
Oh, what was
He
the
was
other
mean
one?
to his entire family. So Grady shows up to Harry's house in Ohio and grabs the kids and leaves. And it was, from what I read, it was also violent. Like he just grabbed the kids and just, that's how strong he was, is he could haul his family into his car and drive away, and other people even trying to intervene
He could drive.
Yeah, he had a car rigged up so he could drive.
Wow.
Harry the dwarf and Teresa marry. They have a son, Glenn, in 1973. Grady also remarried and had a son, Grady the Third, also with ectrodactyly. And it was in his legs. His arms were normal. So his wife named Barbara, and like this is so mean, she was described Barbara, an ugly woman with a sunken face. It
Oh,
said that Grady was even more cruel to Barbara than he was to Teresa. And little Grady eventually joined the carnival show as well.
did it say, or did you find in your research whether Barbara was part of the carnival circuit?
Yeah, she also worked in the carnivals. Not a ton on Barbara. She does eventually leave, or they eventually split.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Barbara is a little bit, I think, forgotten in this narrative.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was just wondering if she had like a niche, like her power, like, his first wife, Teresa, was
Electrified
electric girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder
Barbara
if
was
maybe
the
Barbara
show.
was like just like what'd they call him? It's like roadie for a band. Maybe just a carny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Teresa, she was missing her children, missing her older children that she had with Grady, and called Grady to see if they could have the kids for Christmas. Grady said, "Sure, come on down, meet me at the bar." The bar, I think, was like Showtime bar, kind of carnival themed on like a highway. And so they meet him there. They have several drinks. They go back to Grady's trailer where Teresa goes to make coffee, and then when she comes back in, Grady pulls a revolver on Teresa and Harry and tells them if they ever try something like this again, they won't live. And so they leave without getting Teresa's children, uh,
Wow.
and just kind of leave it at that. So years after
So
that
she didn't
event,
even get to see her kids.
didn't even see her
Oh my
kids.
gosh.
Oh, poor lady.
So a few years after that event, Donna is 15. So like this also isn't like a super long span of time. And so Donna is Grady and Teresa's oldest. She's 15. She runs away. She couldn't take the abuse anymore. And she ran away with a young man named Jack Lane Jr. I want to say he was 20 or under. I forgot to like solidly lock in that information. So she ran away. Grady was like, "You better come back." She lies to her father and says she's pregnant so that she can like escape, get out of that house. Then after that information, Grady says, "Sure, you can get married." So the night before their marriage, Donna, Barbara, and Jack went to get a wedding dress. And when they come back, Grady says, "Oh, my wheelchair went missing," which I guess was something that happened. And he sent Donna and Barbara to go look for the wheelchair, keeping Jack behind, probably saying he needed to talk to him about something. Donna and Barbara hear two gunshots, and Jack
No.
dies in Donna's arms.
No.
Oh, it's awful.
And Donna looks up at her father and he's smiling, and she says, "Why did you do this?" And he says, "Because I said I would. And the one thing I am is completely trustworthy."
Oh my gosh, that's so awful.
What a psycho.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's nuts.
why? Why would he want?
he did. He wanted
Oh,
control. He wanted to keep Donna at home because he had not given her permission to go.
just doesn't make any sense to me.
No, no, this man does not have sense. So at his trial, he confessed to the murder. He confessed he did it because he didn't approve of the boy. And he was found guilty of third-degree murder. Now, how many years in prison do you think he got?
Well, uh, 20?
I would guess 4 or less.
I love, Emily, that you're also covering your eyes.
Like,
He was sentenced to house arrest and 15 years probation.
wow, for murder.
That's not
Yeah.
For
enough.
murder.
And
What year was this?
Psycho.
this
70s.
this was the 70s.
Oh my gosh.
Because of his ectrodactyly, there were no facilities capable of caring for someone with that condition.
He must have known. No one's going to put me in prison. I've got lobster claws.
And the trial was in his hometown, like with a lot of carnival workers, and like they're like
Like a celebrity, basically, right?
yeah, and they're a tight-knit community. So
Sheesh. It's nuts.
yeah. So Teresa's
Also, women had far fewer rights then. It was like
Yeah.
women couldn't even have credit cards yet then. Like it was
Mhm.
just 70s. It feels
Yeah.
like it wasn't that long ago, but it was, I mean,
second-class citizens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and she was 15. Like in some circumstances, a 15-year-old girl can be seen as a woman. In some circumstances, a 15-year-old girl is like, oh, she's just a girl. What was she
Right.
thinking being with that boy?
How old was Jack?
I think he was 20 or younger. So Teresa's husband Harry injured himself at a construction job where he fell 15 feet. And so he needed a wheelchair after that due to his spinal
Aw.
injury. And Teresa grew tired of nursing her injured husband, and she found out Grady and Barbara split.
No.
Teresa,
No, no, no.
Teresa learned that Grady wasn't drinking anymore. He was sober. She left Harry, took her son Glenn with her, and Teresa and Grady got back together. Glenn joined the carnival as well, and he was a blockhead. It was
Which
a lot of
is
information I just gave you guys.
a blockhead does.
Blockhead
Define
does
a blockhead.
like nailing
Oh, I
putting
don't
a
like
nail
that.
in his nose
Oh,
and comes out without bleeding.
I don't like
Like
that.
puts different things in their head
Mm.
through their nose cavity.
Wow.
So Teresa and Grady are back together. And Grady was sober for a while, made a lot of promises. It was really great.
Is this while he's on house arrest?
I'm going to say yes, because it was 15 years.
Well, no, 15 years probation. How long was house arrest? Didn't you say
You
a
know
year?
what? I didn't get a date on that, I don't think.
Mm.
And if they did give a date, I didn't take note of it. I'm sorry. He was sober for 3 months.
Oh.
And then he began drinking again, and the drinking was worse than before, and the beatings were worse, and he started threatening to kill the family. And Teresa had to leave the kids behind when she would go do errands. Like, so if she was going to go
Oh,
do shopping, she couldn't take any of the kids with her, and it was an insurance policy that she would come back.
jeez.
Jeez.
Even her baby that wasn't Grady's?
Yeah, Glenn. Yeah, and Grady had Grady Jr., Grady the third with Barbara. So
Oh, right.
there's two younger kids in the house because Grady either got custody of Grady the third or Barbara decided to like not fight
He
it.
probably just got custody. It just sounds like
He's a really good manipulator, I
Yeah.
think, and uses his disability to his advantage in a malicious way, which
Right.
yeah. So on Thanksgiving, Grady went drinking with his daughter's husband on Thanksgiving. When he came home, he got on top of Teresa and pulled a knife on her. And after that, when he slid the knife without cutting her skin, slid the knife across her throat, that is when she was like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. And so she made a plan to leave. And Teresa and her son, Glenn was not the smartest. He had an IQ of 79. The average IQ is about 100.
He probably hurt his IQ from pounding nails into his head.
Mm-hmm. And
Maybe.
he wanted to get rid of Grady too. Like he also was getting the wrath of Grady when he was drunk and being abusive. And so together they planned to kill Grady, eventually hiring Chris Wyant to kill Grady Stiles. Chris Wyant was 17 years old and part of the sideshow community.
Just a kid.
And he already claimed to have killed people. And so Teresa and Glenn paid him $1,500. So on November 29th, 1992, Teresa took her son Glenn with her to go check on a neighbor who said they needed help with their baby. And that's when Chris Wyant snuck into the Stiles family trailer, shot Grady 3 times in the head, killing Lobster Boy Grady Stiles.
Sounds like he deserved it.
I mean,
In the like 1500 in the 1970s would probably be a lot more
it's like
now.
3,500, I think I read.
Oh, only that much more? Oh,
Mhm.
I was thinking like
Right. Let me just check that.
Yeah, in 2024, yeah. Maybe
What
five.
year was it?
1970, nope, 1992.
Oh,
oh, okay.
92.
1592. I was thinking it was still the 70s. Took him that long?
It took them that long.
Wait, how old was then the boy, Glenn,
Glenn was like in his like 20s.
by that point? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Maybe
So from the 90s, it would literally only be like $3,400 or less.
okay.
From the 70s, it would have been a couple thousand more.
But when you're
Yeah.
17, $3,500 sounds
Yeah.
It's like life-changing, right?
Yeah.
so much money.
Yeah.
You have no idea how quickly you can just burn through that shit.
Yeah. So Chris Wyant took off, and Mary Teresa and Glenn came home from their quote unquote errand. And Mary Teresa plays the distraught wife, crying over his body. Her daughter, Kathy, who like saw the commotion and comes over, calls her sister Donna. I think Donna lived out of town. I don't know. She could have also just been like a couple blocks over, and tells her that their dad is dead. And Donna's response is celebration. She's just like, yes, when did it happen? So there's mixed reactions around Gibsonton. Some were not shocked. Some people considered Grady to be family. So there was like different impressions.
Did Donna ever get married?
She did.
She
did.
get married? Okay.
Yeah. And it seemed like she forgave Grady like for a period of time, but also like he was just such a terror that I think
there's almost like no choice but just to sort of be like, of course I forgive you.
Make peace, right?
So the cops investigating thought that it was weird that nobody seemed sad. At first, they thought it was a burglary gone wrong. They quickly saw that nothing was taken, not even Grady's wallet that was full of cash just laying right beside him.
Teresa, you should have thought this through.
Take the cash.
The first person they took in for questioning was Glenn, and he folds almost immediately.
Oh, Glenn.
They give him a lie detector test, and then they're like, hey, you failed these questions. And Glenn just like says everything. They bring in Mary Teresa. She also confesses. And so pretty quickly, the trials were, dates were set, done within about a month, all separately. Mary Teresa was convicted of manslaughter, sentenced to 12 years. And she had a defense strategy, battered spouse syndrome. There was even what they thought was damning video. It didn't have any sound of Grady wrestling his son in like a pretty violent way. And then there's the sound on there, and it actually turns out it was just kind of like a rehearsal for the show, for the carnival show. So it wasn't actually
them wrestling.
Yeah. And that's just from the dialogue. Harry Glenn Newman, convicted of first-degree murder, sentenced to life. Chris Wyant, convicted of second-degree murder. He was the guy who pulled the trigger, 27 years. And Harry Glenn Newman is still in jail. And that is Grady Stiles, Lobster Boy, a murderer, a bully, and he bullied his way to getting murdered.
It's just, it's so interesting that Grady killed somebody and got like house arrest and 15 years.
Basically a slap on the claw.
Yeah,
and then, on the claw. I mean, when you think about like the battered wife syndrome or like killing your abuser, it kind of reminds me of like the Menendez brothers getting a retrial or a resentencing. I guess it's not a retrial. They already had a retrial. They're getting a resentencing because
they are?
Well, so we don't know for sure if they are because the DA that wanted to do the resentencing hearing didn't get reelected. And so it's whoever was reelected. And so far, everything that I've heard about it is just that he wants to delay the hearing.
Did you guys watch the movie? I didn't, but everybody that watched it told me, well, the new show that's out on Netflix, everybody was telling me that basically they made it up. And it's obvious that they made it up. Is that true?
Wait, who made
the abuse?
The Netflix
not documentary, the Netflix dramatization.
Well, and I saw a thing where the Menendez brothers commented on the Netflix dramatization, and they're just like, "This is so insulting to our experience."
I mean, that was what the prosecution said in their trial in the 90s. The prosecution said, like, they clearly made this up. These were boys that just wanted their father's wealth. But there was a lot of evidence that there was horrific abuse happening.
And like a cousin came out being like, yeah, their house was weird. And there was this room that we weren't allowed to go into, but the father would go into with his sons, and there would be weird noises.
And they had maybe the same cousin had a letter that was for some reason suppressed in the original trial that they, have brought out and said could be used as evidence in the resentencing, or maybe was used as evidence to gain the resentencing if they get it. But where one of the brothers, like a few months before the murder, says, It's getting much worse. I don't think I can take it much longer. Like, I just can't keep living like this. Like, and the mother knew because they killed both their parents. The mother
knew. And that's what the cousin said.
That was my understanding of the whole thing. And then after the Netflix thing, people were like, oh no, they totally set the record straight.
So, real quick, to close this out, thank you for listening. If you would subscribe and leave us a 5-star review, we would be so, so grateful. And it helps our show get more exposure. And if you have any questions, comments, corrections, or a story you would like to share, email us. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Once again, we are the Spooky Darlings. Our email is thespookydarlings@gmail.com, and you can find us on Instagram at the Spooky Darlings Podcast, where you can find pictures that accompany each episode. Tune in on Friday for a follow-up episode, and stay tuned right after this for some sister banter. Once again, please rate, review, and subscribe. Those ratings and those reviews really help us get traction and help us get seen. Also, downloads are very useful in getting us visibility. Thank you so much for taking the time to leave a rating. 5 stars. Good job, Hayley. We're going to have like a sign out where we're like, thanks for listening. Stay creepy, but don't be a creep. Or stay crazy, but don't be a
loon.
Okay.
Ooh, stay crazy, but don't be a loon. Stay crazy. Stay creepy, but don't be a creep. Stay crazy, but don't be a cool. I'm retarded. Don't be a loon. In my mind, I was trying to think ahead to what cool could be while I was saying it.
Stay cool, but don't be a jerk.
I was going to, that's good. I was going to say, stay cool, but try to stay warm. But keep your
cool, but don't freeze.
Stay cool, but be warm-hearted.
Stay cool, but wear a jacket.
Stay cool, but don't get hypothermia.
It was really good, Harry.
You did great.
So what are you going to do for us next week while Emily and I
believe you did not read the book Geek Love. Like it, that is like insanely similar to the plot of the book.
You should read it.
Gotta
I have it downstairs. I might have donated it, but I think I have it right downstairs.
Awesome. I mean, maybe it's like based on his life, but she's like, no, I made this up without reading anything on this lobster man at all. What are you talking about?
Is that what she said?
I have no idea. I've never even heard of it.
I just couldn't find a connection from an easy Google search, but I mean, maybe it was somehow inspired by that. Who knows?
What did you put into the Google search?
Geek Love Lobster Boy.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I would have put into.
Yeah.
But I did put for idiots. So.
Well, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
If I'm going to get an explanation, I really need it at my level.
Yeah. I just want to know what idiots are reading so I don't read it.
Well, now you know they're reading Geek Club, and that's why you didn't read it. It really is a great book.
There actually is like a sideshow, and it's called The Geek, and they eat live animals.
I don't like that. That is what a geek is.
That is literally what the geeking is in Geek Love. You bite the neck of a chicken, and blood comes out, and it's called geeking.
Yeah.
That was in the book Geek Love.
Man.
Yeah. It's a good book, though.
Okay.
And a big part of it takes place in Oregon.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, the opening scene. The
opening scene?
Some other parts.
Like we're watching it?
Opening credits.
Opening
the introduction chapter. Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, I wonder if it's a movie.
I doubt it.
Find anything about a movie.
How you would? Right. There's so many people in the movie with them. They could do it, but it would take a lot of special effects.
Gotcha.
And it also would be tricky because it's
Geek Club movie.
Oh, but that's not it. Click on it. It's not the same one.
It was canceled.
But was it based on the book? I don't think so.
No, this is a different one. The film adaptation of the book was canceled due to personal reasons. I'm just kidding. I didn't read
it. Private reasons, but
due to secret reasons that shall not be named. Voldemort. Due to Voldemort. Are you reading anything right now?
No, I started Nuclear War, it's just heavy. I didn't realize it wasn't fiction. I've also got the third Dungeon Crawler Carl book, which is fun. and not too heavy.
Ooh.
It's a lot of fun.
I think that I might have put Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's really hard to say. Dungeon Crawler Carl on my Audible list. You
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
I'm listening to American Demon, but I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting into it. I keep finding myself, it's about Elliot Ness, which was like the birth of the like FBI or something. And he was like on the hunt for America's Jack the Ripper, some serial killer. And I think maybe it was recommended on My Favorite Murder. So I was like, oh, I'll try to listen to it. But it's just, I'm just having a hard time getting into it.
That's how I felt about that Leanne Moriarty book that we all decided we were going to read, that we all read the first
Well,
chapter of and have not picked
I'm
up.
still going to read it. Georgia just talked about it in My Favorite Murder, and she said it was so good.
I'm going to read it.
Well, I didn't feel like I didn't want to read it. I just didn't feel like picking it up really very much after the first chapter.
You know what? I just finished a book where I felt that way halfway through. I was like, I just don't know if I'm going to like this. It was How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, which I had waited for like 6 months for on Libby so I could read it for free. And so I finally got it. So it's gotten a lot of reads. And then halfway through, I was like, I just don't know. I don't know if I'm loving it. It's just not that great right now. And so I read a bunch of reviews and they were all like, wish I hadn't read it, things like that, like a bunch of negative reviews, but then also a bunch of positive reviews. But I decided to keep going with it. And it really was fun. It ended up being like a fun listen, but it took about, I think, even slightly more than half the book for me to not be questioning whether I should listen to it. I don't know if it was just
but the way it tied up was good.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked the way it tied up. I liked the ending.
I need to start here one moment. I've just been listening to the podcast, The Brighter Side.
Oh, that sounds positive.
Funny. It is. They take horrible topics and find the brighter side of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of Two Girls, One Ghost. I just really like them. And I felt like Halloween was like October was almost like taken from me. Like I just didn't have one. So I'm still feeling sort of in the spooky mood.
The show.
As you can tell by my shirt.
Yeah.
So
The Conjuring House.
Two Girls, One Ghost. Yeah. With the tour dates on the back. Yay. Oh, well, Hayley has to go.
Go. I'm really glad we did this today. Thanks for being flexible. I'm sorry my schedule's been so crazy. One more week, then I am taking the entire month of December off.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you, sisters.
Creepy, but don't be a creep.
Right? Stay cool, but don't get hypothermia.
No, I was about to say, but don't get defrostation.
Don't do either of those. Don't hurt yourself.
Before we disappear into the shadows, don't forget, we're still sending out vinyl stickers. Leave us a rating and review and email us proof to thespookydarlings@gmail.com, along with your mailing address, and we'll send you some spooky snail mail while supplies last. And if your heart is still mourning that tote bag, may we gently tempt your way toward our merch store at thespookydarlings.printful.me. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Thanks for listening. And as always, stay spooky.